And a quick point for Hawaii. Getting the kill is Nohea Tano, junior from Kailua, Hawaii. 1-0 Rainbow Wahine. And Kim Willoughby will open up with the serve for Hawaii, and it's a service there. She'll be very aggressive behind the line. 75 aces already this year.
And that's Dave Shoji's style. He loves to take risks at the service line and defensively. Both of these teams extremely athletic, extremely physical, match up well on the outside. Interesting to see how they match up in the middle.
Serve is to Willoughby. Bakasau, a bit of a run to get to the set. Tip try, and here's Holmquist for the first Nebraska point.
And right there we are seeing the skill level of Gracia Lisapero. Give her the assist for that play. She held the blockers of Hawaii, getting her hitter without any blockers. That great deception by the setter.
Tied at 1, and serving for the Huskers, Jen Salimu, another freshman. She's from San Diego. Husting for Hawaii. She's done. Holmquist sets it free. Out of the back row, here's Willoughby using the net, and Lindsay Wishmeyer. And a Schrott for Nebraska into the block. Schrott will try it again, a loop it this time, and get the point.
Schrott is a very true attacker. Hawaii needs to recognize that and line up on her hitting shoulder. They don't want to watch the ball. They need to watch her shoulder and her tendencies.
Salimu again. Again, they're serving at Willoughby, trying to take her out of the action, and Tano gets another kill for the Rainbow Wahine.
Yeah, it's a great strategy. A lot of teams will go after the team's top player. They want to give her as many touches as possible, put as much pressure. The problem is it can backfire. Oftentimes, the best player loves the pressure, loves getting as many touches as she can, and thrives off of it.
A bit of a joust at the net. Nebraska scrambles and sets it free. Bakasau with a back set, and taking it down the line is Tano. And she's on fire early on for Hawaii.
Well, I like the way Coach Shoji is using her. You saw her in the last rotation hitting out of the middle, now hitting off the right side. She's physically very small, but because of her athleticism, can play all the way across the net.
She only had 8 attacks in the win over North Carolina last night, but she's got 3 early ones, and there's another point for the Rainbow Wahine. They regain the lead.
Well, they're trying to create some mismatches. They're also trying to show a lot of balance and versatility so this Nebraska block can't cap out on any one player.
Maya Gustin with the serve. Good pass for Sapero. Schrott dug by Willoughby. Nebraska scrambles again. Should be a playable attack. It is. Bakasau. Kahumoko is blocked. Tipped into Holmquist. Holmquist again. She hit it wide on the line.
There are not very many teams in the country that can run transition volleyball out of the middle like we just saw. Watch the timing between Sapero and Holmquist. This is in the middle of a rally, running a 31 attack. Very tough timing. You can tell they've played together for a while.
Final match of their careers for the senior class of Nebraska tonight. And Anna Schrott with a service there. We've got a substitution coming in for Hawaii, and that's Jennifer Carey, the senior from Newport Beach, California.
And this is a very typical substitution. She'll play in the front row and set across those 3 rotations.
Hedera Lustre has also come in. She had the serve, and that's rolled into the net, and another error on Anna Schrott of Nebraska, giving a point to the Rainbow Wahine. They lead it by 2. Lustre, another good jumper. Pilikowski with a kill off the block.
And that's exactly, I talked to the coaching staff for Hawaii before this match, and as I said, Pilikowski loves the tool shot. She shows like she's going cross court, and at the last minute turns her shoulder down the line. You've got to wait and turn your hands in if you're blocking against her.
Averages nearly 4 kills per game, does Pilikowski, an All-American. And a net violation is called on Nebraska. And that's another free point for Hawaii. It was Melissa Elmer, the freshman, who was in the net. Lily Kahumoko with the serve. Quickly floating that jumper. Here's Elmer, a long run, and she had to tip it. Willoughby with her first real attack in the front row. That goes off the block, and that's what Dave Shoji talked to us about. He wants to tool that block and not try to force it through.
Yeah, he said, I don't think we can hit over, but we can hit around, through, really trying to attack the seam.
Pielakowski with another kill off the block.
And so far, though, we are seeing an offensive showcase. I mean, both of these teams have come to play to prove that they deserve that final spot in the national semis, and you've got to love the offense that we're seeing so far.
Don't you think it's Nebraska who has to elevate its game offensively to win this one? Because Nebraska's known for its block. Hawaii knows that that's what they have to do. It seemed to be that the pressure will be on Nebraska's attackers.
Well, I think it is. I also think the pressure in general is on Nebraska. They're playing on their home floor. I think Hawaii's taking the attitude, hey, we have nothing to lose. We're coming in as the #6 seed. Clearly, people think Nebraska is the team that deserves to go to New Orleans. So I think Nebraska playing with the pressure right now.
Sally Amura with the kill on the back line for Nebraska, cutting the Hawaii lead to 2. Hawaii's used to playing in front of large crowds. They average nearly 8,000 in Honolulu, but they're not going to get a whole lot of love here in Lincoln.
Well, you know, the interesting thing that Dave Shoji said to me is we're used to playing in front of crowds, but when we're on the road, we're used to playing in front of hostile crowds. Places like USC and Long Beach where the crowd is definitely for the home team. Here in Nebraska, I can attest to it. I've played in this arena. They are knowledgeable volleyball fans, and they're polite. They will cheer Hawaii for a good play just as much as they'll cheer Nebraska.
A little louder, though, for the ones in red. Willoughby with a second attacking error, giving another point to Nebraska. You see that she's confident in the angles, but that was just a little bit too tough.
Well, and that was a poor set. They brought her way outside. There was very little court that they could go to, and I think this entire crowd just heard me say that they're polite, but getting a little amped up.
They really sense around here when they have to elevate their level to help Nebraska. There's Willoughby down the line. That's what we expected to see from her.
Boy, that looks a lot like Elaine Young's, the outside hitter from UCLA that could just nail the line. Great delivery from the setter, Jennifer Carey. But look at how much line Nebraska is giving. Salamuha has got to move out and seal the antenna.
There was some question on the Nebraska bench about the Willoughby attack. They thought it was out, and looking at that replay, they may have been right. They were right there. Well, right there, that service error goes wide, and the point is given back to Lincoln, or to Nebraska, and we're tied at 10. Alyssa Elmer with another serve. We've gone through a full rotation for Nebraska. Bakasau going to Gushton, and she uses the top of the block to get the kill.
Nebraska continues to use the strategy, serve Kim Willoughby, whether she's in the front row or the back row. They're going to put as much pressure as they can on her, hoping that she alone can't win the match for the Wahine.
Willoughby using the net. Nebraska scrambles. Looked like Pielakowski used the net on that attack. Kahumoku was dug. Great play by Sapero. Another tip try to the back row by Pielakowski. Kahumoku again. This time she uses the block for the kill.
This is a very veteran Hawaii team. Not at all phased, and great contingent of Hawaii fans. A lot of players from the mainland, and families have traveled to Lincoln to watch them play. Another
blistering serve from Willoughby. Pielakowski out of the back row. She's dug. Set up for Anna Schramm. Willoughby can do a lot, but she can't do it all. She did have 16 digs in the win over North Carolina in the first round of the regional to go with 22 kills. Serving again at Willoughby. Gushti blocked. Covered well. Out of the back row and off the hands of Wishmeyer. Point Hawaii.
I love using Willoughby out of the back row as an offensive weapon. Don't just use her as an outlet. Actually incorporate her into your offense. You talk about Willoughby's 22 kills last night. Well, she only had 1 hitting error. Look at this. It's like a long jump approach. Hits behind the attack line, landing nearly at the net.
Sapero and Holmquist team up to get a kill for Nebraska.
See Amber Holdenquist calling out all 3 attackers, letting her blockers know the setter is back row. You have to block all 3 approach patterns.
Anna Schrod serving for the Big Red. Kahumoku with the tip. Good coverage by Pielakowski. Schrod with the tip. Willoughby sends it wide. Way long. Hawaii thought there was a touch.
Yeah, everybody up asking for the touch. 3 blockers up for Nebraska.
Our officials tonight, a husband and wife team, Michael and Mary Blaylock. Schrod serving for the Big Red. On the run is Tano. She was effective early. She's effective with that set. There's Michael Blaylock, our up official. First referee. Probably a lot of nerves for those officials, too. The corner people, the line judges, and and also Mary Blaylock on the floor. This is a huge match between two teams that very much feel they should be in the national championship. And that serve is wide by Alustra. 3-point for Nebraska, tying it at 14.
And serving critical. I mean, that is a key component to Hawaii's success. They've got to serve strategically, take enough risk, but keep the ball in play.
Michelle Lynch has come in for Nebraska, freshman from Jacksonville, Illinois. Kahumoku into that Nebraska block. Duggins is doing the setting. That's off the block, poked up in the air, run down, and Nebraska can't get it to it.
Great strategy by Lily to use the block. Nebraska's block is just so huge. You want to go high hands and tool.
You got to give a lot of credit to Miami of Florida. In just their second season, they make it all the way to a regional. Attacking into the block, that was Pilikowski. Out of the back row, here's Schrod. She's getting a lot of swings, much like Tano for Hawaii. And with the kill for Hawaii, that's Lauren Duggins.
I like the balance that we've seen so far by Hawaii. Duggins now with 3 kills, Kawamoko and Tano all getting involved offensively.
Sapero goes to Elmer. And a net violation is called on Hawaii. That was going to fall for a point anyway. And the Huskers staying within a point or two of the Rainbow Wahine.
Both of these teams, you can see clearly in game 1, so evenly matched. I mean, position by position, it's just going to be a battle. I expect a war tonight.
Willoughby winds up, hits it on the line. Nebraska's bench is up again.
2 for 2 on the road, down the line. You gotta like Willoughby's style, just going for it.
Perhaps that attack is a little too quick for even the eyes to see if that's in or not.
Well, Nebraska needs to adjust its block and seal that pin.
That's Laura Pilikowski powering it through the block to get the kill. Well, that's got Nebraska's bench fired up, but the calls that go against Nebraska, that's going to get the crowd even more fired up. And they'll be polite, they'll cheer for Hawaii, but don't test them. Poked over by Carey. Good pass for Sapero. She goes to Sally Amua. Crosses it to Lustre. Kahumoku rolls it over. And Nebraska pinballs it around, then can't get the point.
Great defense in transition volleyball by Hawaii. What they're doing, they're getting touches on Nebraska's attacks, but not only that, they're controlling it so well that they're getting very good offensive transition off of their digs.
Margaret Vakasau has come back in. She serves. Sapero goes to Schrod. Great dig by Kahumoku. And that attack goes off the hands of Lindsay Wishmeyer, and another kill for Hawaii. And the Rainbow Wahine has jumped out to a 19-16 lead, and John Cook is going to use a timeout. Welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska Central Regional Final, Game 1 action. I want to let you know that this NCAA Regional Final is produced and distributed by ESPN Syndication. Hawaii with the serve. Nebraska needs a point. Punched over by Elmer. Rainbow Wahine tunes it up and goes to Willoughby. This time she didn't wind up, and Nebraska's got a chance. Sally Amua tips over that block. Sally Amua goes to Schrod. She tips it down the line. Kahumoku with a good run down for the dig. Willoughby winds up this time, and it's a net violation on Nebraska.
And Willoughby starting to heat up. Started out early with 3 quick hitting errors. Now has 6 kills. Good lateral movement by the Nebraska block. They're in perfect position, but Willoughby just cranking those sharp cross-court angles.
Biggest lead of the game so far. 4 points for Hawaii. Nebraska just doing a whole lot of tipping right now. Meanwhile, Hawaii is controlling the court, but that time, Maya Gustin looked like she had a lot open floor to go to, and she hit it wide.
And you talk about the tipping by Nebraska. I think the difference in this match has been both teams hitting very efficiently. Hawaii just getting a lot more swings. They've got 17 kills and just 3 errors. Nebraska with just 10 kills, only 1 error, but not getting enough looks.
Willoughby blocked one-on-one by Anna Schrod. You don't see that very often.
And this is the type of play that can suddenly turn the momentum and give you confidence. Look, one-on-one, Anna Schrod lines are right up on Willoughby's shoulder. Willoughby not deceptive at all with that swing.
That's teed up for Holmquist, and she went straight down with the kill. And they're going to call a violation on Holmquist into the net. See if that's a momentum killer. Nebraska got some big block, the big attack, but they lose the point. Hawaii's back up by 3.
Yeah, I think they got some style and confidence points, though, going off the head of the Hawaii player.
That might send a message. Rolled into the block. Saliamua turns into the center, goes to Holmquist, and she hits it wide. Back-to-back errors by Amber Holmquist. We're not calling the names of Amber Holmquist offensively or Laura Pielakowski, the two All-Americans, Big 12 Conference Players of the Year so far. Hawaii has taken them out of the game so far.
Well, it's a tough serving. You notice the passes aren't allowing Nebraska to run the middle attack at all.
Good dig by Villa Roman to keep it in play for Hawaii. They recycle. Kahumoku into the block. Again. Wishmeyer got a hand on it. Then a couple of Huskers taking a look at each other before deciding to let it down. And it falls to the floor. Hawaii is now up by 5.
So I think, you know, what's interesting is the way that Hawaii has handled the travel. You know, this is a team that's very well traveled, plays Boise, you know, comes to California a lot in WAC games, and they know how to handle the pressure.
Saliamua tips it into the net, and Hawaii's lead is now 6 out of that timeout. A 4-0 scoring run for Hawaii to take that lead, and right now overall it's a 10-4 run for the Rainbow Wahine. Willoughby serves again. An excellent jump serve. Holmquist blocked out of bounds. Point Nebraska.
You know, it's interesting, Bill. If Hawaii is to win tonight's match, they won't go home. They'll go straight to New Orleans. They'll spend one more day here in Nebraska, then travel to New Orleans a day or two early, which I think is a smart move.
Saliamua serving at Willoughby, driving her back, and Bakasauso had to run a long way to make that set. Nebraska's got a great opportunity. Schrott is dug out of bounds. Villa Roman couldn't keep it in play.
Anna Schrott really needs to light it up. She's gotten the most swings out of any Cornhusker, but she's not putting the ball away. Having trouble against the scrappy Hawaii defense.
Again serving at Willoughby. And again pulling Bakasauso off the net. Kahumoku with the kill. Wishmeyer was out of position. Hawaii 5 points away from taking game number 1. Oh, how important would that be for the Rainbow Wahine to take the first game here in Lincoln?
Right now, Nebraska has to buckle down, pass better so that they can run the ball in the middle to Amber Holmquist.
Huskers will take the points however they can get them. Maya Agustin with the service error.
4 points have come off of service errors.
Last night, Hawaii only had 1 service ace and 6 errors. Kahumoku straight down in front of Wishmeyer. Lindsay Wishmeyer last night became Nebraska's all-time dig leader, but she's having a hard time finding the balls to dig them up tonight.
Well, you very rarely see Nebraska one-on-one. Look at this, Grace Lee Sapero left alone. Holmquist got faked out, held in the middle.
Holmquist blocked. Pielakowski. And Sapero is called for being in the net. Second time Nebraska's had one teed up when they put it home, only to be called for a net violation.
Watch Sapero in the white jersey just follow through right into the net. You've got to have a little whip-like arm that close to the net.
Tried with the tip. Crowd doesn't like that. And there's a tip for Hawaii by Duggins, and that falls right in the hole of the donut.
Hawaii has been so efficient attacking. They're very smart. They're not intimidated by this block, but they're certainly not testing it. Hitting around it, over it with soft shots, whatever it takes.
Pielakowski.
Wow.
Now Holmquist. Hawaii's keeping everything alive. Kahumoku, she's dug. Villa Roman. And Willoughby out of the back row, hits it into the block.
And finally, Nebraska scoring points in transition in the long rallies, letting their defense score points for them. That's what they've done all season long.
The lefty Lynch with a good jumper. Tipped over it by Duggins. Huskers keep it alive. Joust. Sapero keeps it alive for the Huskers. Out of the back row. Shot gets the kill. You get the sense Nebraska needs some momentum somehow. They may not take game number 1, but they got to close the gap.
Yeah, this is a tough deficit, but on Friday night in the regional at Stanford, we saw Arizona come back from 29-22. It can be done.
Nebraska's starting to dig. Pielakowski right at Willoughby. She was way off the net with that attack. Kahumoku. Try her again. Elmer's dug, did not have a lot on it. Kahumoku again. This time she uses the block and gets a kill. And that puts Hawaii at a game point.
Vintage Wahine volleyball. The defense just so strong, making the offense come easily.
That's about the second or third time in this game that they've gone to Kahumoku 3 times in one rotation, one attack. Punched over by Pilikowski. This is for the game. Willoughby hits it wide. Huskers trail it by 6. Another game point for the Rainbow Wahine.
All the pressure and rally scoring on the server. Miss serve, your opponent wins the game.
The last time Nebraska lost a game at home was last year's regional final, a thrilling match that they defeated Florida to go to the national semis. Trot tips it long. Here's Willoughby, tight to the antenna, and Willoughby crashes into the net and goes under. And that whistle goes against Hawaii, another point for the Huskers.
And that is a scary play. Both coaches know at this point in the season you can't afford an injury. Both players shaking hands, apologizing for the interference.
Zapero serving for Nebraska. Willoughby gets the kill. Trot did not know whether she should play it or not. Hawaii averages a nation's best 18+ kills per game. That's an incredible figure. To see 24 against the best blocking team in the country, that's saying that Hawaii is definitely a team that feels like it's playing like a national championship level.
Right, and defensively, Hawaii maybe not getting the blocks at the net, but they're doing it in the back row. Nebraska's offense just null and void in that first game. Holmquist, Elmer, Pilikowski, something's got to happen in the middle.
Nebraska gets the opening point. Jennifer Carey in there at the center position for Hawaii. That was a very tough set. Sally Amua set it free and got a point out of it.
Offensively, with the 6-2 offense, Hawaii has just provided so much versatility, leading the nation in hitting percentage with .341, 18 kills per game. That is efficiency. So far, Nebraska hasn't found a way to stop it.
Husker block works there. Great job by Carey to cover that block. Joust at the net. Holmquist is done. Kahumoku goes off the block. A couple of hands touch it on the Nebraska side, and Hawaii has its first point.
Kahumoku still batting a perfect game now. 9 kills, no errors on the night. Conversely, Nebraska's hitters combining for just a .157 attack percentage in game 1.
Great defense by Hawaii. Nebraska thought it had a point. Here's Schrod hitting it long. Was there a touch? There was. Hawaii doesn't like that call. Dave Shoji is up. He is not happy. Mary Blaylock telling him to take a seat.
Now watch the touch. Here's the attack by Schrod on the outside. You see a deflection? It looks like it went off of Carey's hands. I saw a deflection.
3-1 Nebraska. They'll take all the points they can get. Willoughby hit it wide, and there's a touch on the Nebraska side.
These players are hitting with such velocity. It is very hard for these officials to see the touches. You really have to look for a change in direction and pace off the ball.
Wishmeyer with a good pass for Zapero. Pilikowski. Looked like she hit it off the forehead of Gustine. Willoughby has it go wide. The touch was by the net, not by Nebraska blocker.
And now watch for Nebraska to serve Willoughby. She's in that left front position, short serve. But Nebraska's attacked her actually in a jump serve posture. It's going to be hard to get the ball there, but they've continued to attack her throughout this match.
Teed up for Pilikowski. Michelle Lynch had 18 service aces during the season. She missed all of October with an injury. A lot of folks may not know how devastating of a server that she is. A lefty and a lot of spin on the ball. Here's Willoughby. Poked up by Lynch. She can serve and dig. Schrod with the dig. Pilikowski cuts it. Willa Roman has her hands on it. Nebraska's offense is looking much better here in game 2 until that hitting error.
They're still struggling in the middle. They have not found a way to put the ball away. Now, during the timeout and the breaks between games, the Nebraska coaching staff emphasized a few things. Block low, work on transition, but more importantly, attack the ball. Quit tipping. Don't play tentatively at the net.
Right now, Nebraska is without Amber Holmquist in the lineup, and they're using the freshman Elmer in the middle blocker position. Well, Hawaii is doing a magnificent job of just keeping everything alive. And that's set free. That did look like a clean set. And Hawaii is going to get a point on Willoughby's attack and kill. Kim Willoughby has won the Western Athletic Conference Player of the Year award the last 2 seasons. Out of Louisiana, a long way to go to play in Honolulu. But she has been fantastic for the Rainbow Wahine. Bumped over to Wishmeyer. Here's Elmer, and a net violation on Hawaii. That's a clear net violation.
No doubt about that. Somebody caught a fish.
But Elmer is not getting a lot on her attacks, even with that one. With the net pulled down, she didn't get a lot on it.
Yeah, the timing a little bit off. I think she's early. I think she needs to wait just a bit on her approach.
Gustein, dug. Tapped back over by Sally Amua. There's Willoughby. And to the open area.
Willoughby just absolutely amazing. And it's hard to believe she went pretty unnoticed in high school. Assistant coach Charlie Wade spotted her at a junior national tryout. Didn't make the team, but he sent her one of the Hawaii form letters for recruiting. And sure enough, he was early enough to get her attention and brought her to the islands.
Here's Elmer hitting it wide. And Melissa Elmer right now is racking up a lot more hitting errors than she is kills for Nebraska. And here's somebody who came into tonight's match hitting better than 600 in the NCAA tournament.
But she is young and playing probably in the biggest match of her young career, and nerves certainly have to be a factor in this one.
Kim Willoughby gives the point right back with a service error. We were tied at 6. Nebraska's on top. There's a look at Melissa Elmer, intently staring into the net. Kahumoku down the line, but wide.
Clearly, Hawaii's strategy is to take advantage of Nebraska's block by swinging down the line. So far, we haven't seen Nebraska adjust by taking about a half a step out closer to the antenna.
Pilikowski serves again. Nebraska up by 2. Wakasausa with a good set. Dug by Sapero. And it's set free by Wishmeyer. Crowd groans. Kahumoku with another kill.
Yeah, that's the savvy volleyball crowd groaning when instead of taking a back row attack, Nebraska just has to shuttle a free ball over to Hawaii. Here's the set off of the free ball, and Kahumoku takes full advantage of it. And this crowd knows that they gave away a point right there.
Another service error by Hawaii. If Hawaii could just serve efficiently, they'd be very much in control of this match.
Yeah, they've given up about 7 points to Nebraska on service errors alone.
Elmer, good tough serve, driving Willoughby back. Tano, haven't heard from her since the opening moments of the match. Wakasausa goes the other way to Kahumoku. Say that 10 times fast.
Here's
Sally Amua.
Hard to say slow.
Great dig by Pilikowski. And Sally Amua with the tip for Nebraska. And again, the crowd doesn't like what it sees.
And Nebraska has got to swing away at the ball. Hawaii is too good to just give them free ball and slow tempo opportunities. Lily once again going through the seam. That's what Dave Shoji said. The weakness, if there is one in Nebraska's block, it's going through the seam because they block so high. There's a little triangle that's open.
Sally Amua with the kill. Willoughby got a hand on it, but ran out of real estate. But again, Hawaii, we're talking about the 24 kills in game number 1 and the fact that they're seeing the floor so well. I'm really impressed with what they're doing in the back row and just keeping balls alive and in play. And
that is just a vintage Wahine volleyball. As long as they've been playing, that's how they've been winning, with scrappy, smart, tenacious defense.
Nebraska leads it by 2, leads it by 3. They got Holmquist back in the front row. There's somebody who could have been the greatest setter in Hawaii history. Instead, she broke Rainbow Wahine hearts and came to Nebraska and stole the hearts of the Husker fans. That was Fiona Nepo.
Yeah, Fiona, one of the great Nebraska setters and a long lineage of great setters here, and now a volunteer assistant. During that last timeout, spent the entire time talking with Gracia Cepero about two things. One, setting a faster tempo ball. The other, attacking herself on the second ball. She's a great attacker.
Great dig by Alustre, Heather Alustre for Hawaii. That kept that play alive for the Rainbow Wahine. And then Nebraska had nobody to cover on its side of the net, and that's a point for Hawaii, and it's now a 2-point Nebraska margin.
Cepero very capable of putting the ball away on the second ball. Look for Nebraska to get a high, tight pass to her, and she will use it.
Nebraska scrambling on the service receive. And there's one that Hawaii can't keep alive. Anna Schrock gets the kill. She'll go back to serve.
Schrock really taking advantage of every opportunity that's given to her. That's the second over ball she's been able to put away for a kill.
Played her high school ball right here in Lincoln at Pius X. She's a junior. Carey with the set. Willoughby with the attack. Here's Holmquist. Getting a kill.
Wow, showing that you don't need a full approach, don't need a ton of vertical. I mean, basically just stepped into that ball and roll shots it, but she sees Hawaii's defense and goes for the open court.
You may not need all that, but it sure helps to be 6'3".
No kidding.
And a rare service error by Nebraska. That's the one part of their game tonight that really has been the steadiest and most efficient. They've not given away points to Hawaii.
Always easier to serve at home. You're in familiar surroundings with a familiar backdrop.
On the run, Schrock. She gets another point.
And Nebraska showing that if you play smart and you hit the ball in the right spot, you know Hawaii's defense, you can still score points. 2 roll shots that have come down for points.
Anna Schrock now with 7 kills. Here's Michelle Lynch. Boy, that's a difficult left-handed serve. Saliamua tracks it down, and Lynch with the attack. Here's Willoughby, timing herself and getting the kill off Cepero's hands.
Nebraska still shaking its head, yet to find a way to slow down Willoughby. I like the matchup that the teams have with Gracia Cepero blocking Willoughby. I think that's the matchup that John Cook wants.
Nebraska has the lead. But I'll tell you what, Heather, I'm amazed. Nebraska has a lead. They need the lead. The crowd's been very quiet until that attack. Very pensive right now, a little nervous.
Yeah, they need to be the 7th man right now.
That gives Nebraska a 4-point lead once again, the biggest of the match so far. Nebraska dropped game number 1, 30-25. Cepero, another service error. 2 very quickly for the Huskers. Another free point for the Rainbow Wahine.
Very interesting because John Cook during the last time out said, Gracia, how's your jump serve right now? And he looked at her, she looked at him like, come on, coach, it's good. You know, and I think that's a decision that they need to make for this next game, whether Gracia continues to jump.
Saliamua is dug, slapped over by Pilikowski. Willoughby on the line.
The other issue when deciding how long you jump serve is really trying to gauge how long the match is going to be. I think both of these teams expect a long 5-gamer, so I think maybe you save her legs and have her float. Same with Willoughby. You know, when you count how many times they jump in a long match, you might want to keep her down in the back row.
It was a great play by Pilikowski on the second touch.
Wow.
In the corner, a kill for Saliamua.
And that's exactly what Saliamua needed. Up until that point, just 3 kills, hitting 0, hadn't really been a factor. Great heads-up play, just instinctive, knowing the size of the court.
And now the crowd's into it, and Nebraska with the 3rd service error.
Boy, and that just shoots you in the foot. Your crowd's finally up and standing, getting vocal. There's Jen Carey's mom shaking that pom-pom, trying to get this team back into it.
Elmer punches it over again. This time Elmer gets the block up and turns away the Hawaii attack.
Players starting to get involved that were very neutral in the first game. Players like Elmore and Saliamua starting to make a difference.
Melissa Elmer averaging better than a block a game. She'll go back and serve, and Amber Holmquist has come in for Nebraska. Huskers serving tough. Kahumoku with an attack and a kill. She's been caught quiet in game number 2.
That time getting a one-on-one opportunity in this 6-2 offense. Again, holding Nebraska's middle blockers, which is rare. Nebraska's decided to commit in the middle and go one-on-one on the outside, which is a big risk.
Tough service receive, and it's a free pass for the Rainbow Wahine. Here's Duggan. And she's dug by Sapero. Schrod. Good up by Willoughby, and it's tipped wide. Nebraska keeping Hawaii at bay, 3-4 points at a time. But they're not pulling away the way Hawaii did in game number 1. Hawaii had a 10-4 run. They really put a lot of distance between themselves and the Cornhuskers and quieted the crowd. They then cruised to the victory 30-25. Tipping into the block, you don't want to do that against Nebraska. Sapero with an attack. Dug by Illustre. Here's Willoughby. She's blocked by Holmquist. Schrod was up there too.
This time, Nebraska able to get a 2-person block up. That is the key defensively for the Cornhuskers.
Slapped over by Carey, poked up by Wishmeyer. Schrod rolls it. Net violation on Nebraska.
Duggan showing a lot of versatility. I like the way she's running in front of the setter, behind the setter, and Jen Carey and Duggans have great chemistry together.
Holmquist uses the block and uses her power. Back up to a 4-point Nebraska advantage. All right, we're at that magical 20-point mark. Does Nebraska have enough momentum to use that?
Well, right now it's all about the serve. Yes, they do, but they've got to limit the service errors and start playing, you know, a little bit smarter from the back line.
Willoughby blocked. That's about the strongest block we've seen from Nebraska, and that's as good as a slam dunk in basketball. Amber Holmquist had it teed up perfectly. She executed, giving Nebraska a 5-point lead. The Huskers, well, annually, they're one of the best blocking teams in the country. The last 3 years, they have been the best blocking team in the country.
And the reason is John Cook, that man right there, has a background in men's volleyball, and he teaches the block like you would teach men. It's all about discipline, committing, a base position. It's an unusual approach, and fundamentally, this team has got it down pat.
Just what Hawaii needed. Go to Willoughby. She was set right off the net, but she's still able to get a kill. Cutting that Nebraska lead, which had been the biggest of the match for the Huskers. 5 points. It's now down to 4. Hawaii took game 1 30-25, and another Rainbow Wahine service error.
Boy, make that 7. Really neutralizing their offense. Hawaii with 2 players now in double-digit kills. Kim Willoughby with 14, Lily Kalamuko with 12. Nobody yet for the Cornhuskers in double digits, but they're showing a little bit more diversity and balance. Lynch with another good jumper. Dug by Schrod. Joust between Willoughby and Sapero, and a net violation on Nebraska. It's whistled against Sapero, and each team now just giving away points. We've had a lot of net violations called on Nebraska. Well, I think that's just a little bit over-eager. What you're doing as a blocker is you're swinging into the net instead of just going straight up and pushing.
Here's Elmer. Into the corner for the kill. That's one of the few times Hawaii has been caught standing around defensively.
And Elmer taking advantage of it, really seeing the court. Those deep corners usually wide open in this perimeter defense. Perhaps they thought she was going to punch it over again. Yeah, soft tip instead of that deep roll shot. Bakasau goes to Gustine. She's blocked. Here's Willoughby winding up. Great dig by Sapero, but it's set up for the Rainbow Wahine. Willoughby again. Schrod got her hands on it. Wishmeyer tracks it down. Punched over by Schrod. Willoughby a 3rd try. Not a lot on that one. Nebraska has a chance offensively. Sally Mua blocked for the point. Hawaii cuts it to 4. Boy, and that is just deflating. Finally, Nebraska finds a way to dig Kim Willoughby down the line, but this is just a trap set. Sally Amua that time has got to just tip over the block and let her defense score for her. Just long with the service error. That did not miss by a whole lot. Willoughby now with 14 kills.
hitting well below 200, but she's had a ton of swings already.
Yeah, already 33 swings, but her efficiency needs to be a little bit higher.
Good set for Christine.
Christine, just her second kill of the night, has been very quiet. It's not that she hasn't been effective, they just haven't gone to her in the middle. I don't think that they've got the ball control, and they've been relying on their outside hitters, and it's been working. Member
of the Slovenian national team. Christine actually missed about a month this season with a stress fracture in her foot. There's Jen Saliamua for Nebraska getting the kill and into the Nebraska lineup. Janae Dowling, number 6 out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, serving for the Huskers. Boy, that's a tough serve, too, to come in a match like this, kind of cold. Another block by Holmquist, and another net violation called on Nebraska. And that's on Schrod again. Susie Bogart had checked into the lineup for Hawaii. She'll go back and serve.
Look for a double quick attack from Nebraska on a good pass.
Another error on Hawaii. They're racking up errors like they're racking up kills. And that's killing Hawaii's momentum. Jen Saliamua, top recruit in the country a couple of years ago, and she gives a point right back. Saliamua had initially committed to Hawaii and also committed to Arizona, and then didn't play at all last year. Called John Cook during the national semis a year ago and said, I think I want to come play in Nebraska. You're more than welcome, but you're going to have to walk on. She said, that's fine. She's got a scholarship now.
Smart move, Coach.
Another error by Nebraska. It's a 3-point Husker lead. Trying to make it 4. Here's Schrod. And that falls. It looked like it might have been pancaked up by Bogart, but it's a point Nebraska.
Schrod with a very physical approach, doing a great job getting a lot of energy behind her hit so they go through that Hawaii block.
Those 3 points look like 30 to the Huskers. 3 points away from taking game number 2 and evening up the match. That'll help the cause. Holmquist and Sapero, the seniors, team up for the block.
Look at this in tandem, hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, just penetrate right over the top. You couldn't ask for a better blocking duo.
Who's their choreographer? Duggins rolls it, gets the kill. Nebraska's 2 away. Hawaii's fighting back. Serving is Lauren Duggins, junior from Fullerton, California. Hey, you think this Hawaii team is good this year? They've got 7 juniors on their roster. Pielakowski. And this is going to be rolled over free for Nebraska. Sapero a long way to go. Pielakowski with the attack way off the net. Carey goes to Willoughby. She goes down the line. Oh, she hit the antenna. She hit the antenna. And that's a point for Nebraska.
Nebraska adjusting well by moving their block out. They force Willoughby into hitting the antenna and get the point.
Game point, Big Red. They lead it by 5, 29-24. Michelle Lynch, who's been very effective behind the line with another good jumper. Here's Willoughby trying to keep the Rainbow Wahine alive, and she does. Still a game point, though, for Nebraska in rally scoring. Margaret Vakasausa will check in for Soji. And Jen Carey went back to serve. He said, no, come on out. Out of the back row, Schrod. Vakasausa teed up for Pielakowski. Nebraska's tied the matchup at a game apiece. 30-25 in game 2.